Dear students, today we are discussed about Unit 2 in Embedded System, Embedded Networking. The Embedded Networking, we are discussed about that how to interface or interconnect the devices, and also what are the terms and conditions we are requiring to interface, and what are the components we are using, and what are the networking protocols we are using for interfacing. So first thing, serial peripheral interface. So serial peripheral interface, it is an synchronous communication. So peripheral device. So what is meant by peripheral? Peripheral, it is used to connect the external devices. Peripheral mean external devices. So serial peripheral interface, it is done with the help of serial clock. Here we are having a master and slave unit. So master unit is like for example CPUs act as a master unit. So master unit is used to control the entire system of your computer or mobile phones. And slave unit is like your memory unit. It is work for the master. And serial clock is used for to connect the master and slave mode. And master out, slave in, and master in, slave out, the two pins are there. It is used to transfer the data from master to slave and slave to master. And signal select pin, it is used to select which one to active for a master or slave or anything devices. So signal select pin is act as in 1 to select master and 0 to select a slave. So here we are discussed about master to slave for parallel configuration. Here we are having a single master, multiple slave. So single master and multiple slave. Here having a same clock signal is given to every slave mode, and same data are given to every slave modes. And we are using the signal select pin. It is used to select the which one device is to active at a time. So the data are transferred to the particular slave mode only. So it is used to avoid the data overlapping. Next, DESI chain configuration. This also like parallel configuration, but the difference between the parallel and the DESI chain configuration is it is work like an chain manner. So transfer the data to master to slave, slave to master. It is like an DESI manner. So application of serial peripheral interface is it is used for EEPROM and flash memories. For example, like your mobile phone memories and digital camera memories are like EEPROM and flash memories. So it is used to easily store the data and remove the data. And also most probably it is suited for ADC converters, analog to digital converters. Next one is I2C, inter-integrated circuits. So inter-integrated circuits was invented by Philips semiconductor TV channels. So it is mainly used for television purpose. So it having a two-wire communications. One is serial data and another one is serial clock. It is used to master mode and slave mode and multi-master mode. The operations are done like your master or slave or multi-master mode. For example, here we are having one I2C data transfer. That means inter-integrated circuit data transfer. So first thing, data transfer from master to slave. It is act as in master and shaded portion is act as in slave. So first the master is start the bit address and what are the data write to slave. Next, master is wait for the acknowledgement of slave. Slave, once the acknowledgement is received, after that only the master send the data to the slave. Again every data is sent with a send through the acknowledgement from the slave. So P point is act as end point. Same as like your data transfer from slave to master, start, address, receive bit, and from acknowledgement from slave and data, and also acknowledgement from slave. So it is the basic structure of your I2C protocol. Here we are having a reference voltage. Reference voltage is given to the two wires. One is a serial data line and a serial clock line, and also ground line. It is common to every individual portions. Master, slave, slave, slave. One slave is act as here as digital to analog and analog to digital converter, and another slave is act as an Arduino like LCD connections. Okay. So the data is transferred to every slaves through the help of serial data and serial clock lines. It is mainly used for RF tuners, radio frequency tuners, video decoders, encoders, and audio processor. For a real-time example, we are using our home television applications for cable channels, transfer through the cables. CAN protocol. CAN protocol is a control area network. Everyone hear the word CAN protocol. That means it is used to automotive applications. It is invented by Robert Bosch in 1980. The CAN protocol, it is mainly used in automobile industries. The vehicle electronic components and engine control unit, every electronic components are interconnected through the CAN bus. So CAN bus having two states. One is dominant state and another one is recessive state. It is very, very important. So logic 0 is act as in dominant state and logic 1 is act as in recessive state. CAN bus using a two-wire communications. One is CAN high and CAN low. So CAN high, it is the voltage level is 3.25 voltage. CAN low is act as in voltage line is the 1.25 voltage. So voltage difference between the CAN high and CAN low is 2.5 voltage. So it will avoiding the overlapping. So it is the basic structure of CAN protocol. Voltage level, time. For example, a dominant and recessive bit. CAN low line is present in a 1.25 voltage and CAN high line is present in a 3.75 voltage. The voltage difference is 2.5 voltage. So it will avoiding the data overlapping. The CAN bus transfer the data like data frame. So it is like a data frame. So data frame having the following content. First one is start of frame and last one is end of frame. Next, arbitration field. So it is used for identify the bit identifier. And control field is used to control the how much number of bit we are transferring and where to transfer. Data bits, cyclic redundancy check, it is used to avoid the errors. And acknowledgement is used to avoid the data of lagging. So here we are using RTR, remote transmission request. So RTR remote frame. So remote frame is used to transfer the data is like same as we are data frame, start of frame, arbitration, controlled, cyclic redundancy technique, acknowledgement and end of frame. Next, overload frame. It is also act like an receiving unit. It indicate it is not ready to receive the frames. It is avoiding the data overlapping. It having two flags, overload flag and overload delimiter. Overload flag having 6 dominant bits, overload delimiter having 8 recessive bits. Next one is error frame. So error frame having it is used to avoid the error when the data transmitted from hardware unit to system. So it having two types of errors, having active and passive errors. Active error having 6 dominant bits and passive error having 6 recessive bits and having an error delimiter. CAN bus interface is like that. CAN high and low line, CAN bus interface to the PIC microcontroller, CAN transceiver, CAN controller and PIC microcontroller. And also another one module, CAN bus is directly interconnected to the PIC microcontroller module. Next one, the real-time application of CAN bus is like that. It was one demo module of your electrical vehicle system or any vehicle system. Electronic units interconnection is like that. Engine control unit and transmission control unit, airbag control unit, anti-lock braking system, cruise control unit, window mirror control unit. So every individual unit is connected through the processing unit through the help of CAN bus. Here every individual CAN bus is connected through the bridge. Bridge is called as it is used to connect every individual CAN bus. So the CAN bus is used to avoid the data overlapping and it is used to avoid the maximum number of interconnections, and it is used to connect the data easily and quick data transfer. These are all the main advantage of CAN bus. Okay, thank you students.